We are on the air live on YouTube, and live should be on if somebody could check that. You ZipDX folks. Here's Patty.
Hi, this is Patty Loveless. You don't have to wait for the phone to ring. You're listening to the VoIP Users Conference right now.
And she's so right. Listen to this. Greetings and welcome to session 414 of the VUC, VoIP Users Conference, VoIP and Tell, VUC.me on the web. This edition will be giving away a pair of Digium D50 SIP phones. This is great. Thanks to David Duffett and Digium for this. But first, a quick shout out to all of our great sponsors that support us, including Voxeo Labs. Those guys are great. They're really bright. They work on web to RTC and all kinds of other interesting stuff. Take a look at tropo.com, tropo.com. Start developing today. Sangoma.com, makers of world-class software and hardware. They will be doing a giveaway next week, hopefully. Our hosted PBX is on onsip.com. That's the way we roll. If you need any VoIP equipment, give Michael White a call. He's the smartest looking guy in VoIP, according to Carl. I agree. And what would the VUC be without ZipDX, the full-featured, beautifully high-definition conference bridge that we're talking to you on right now? And those local rate dial-ins from Voxbone.com. By the way, Voxbone will be on next month. They are into a very interesting project that you'll be hearing all about. All right, you guys, are you ready for... let me introduce everybody first. Say hello to Andy Smith in someplace in the United Kingdom. I don't know if I... Oh, the reels are turning, Bob. Thank you. My friend Bob Bowles. James Bodie needs no introduction, of course.
Live from London.
Live from London. Laz, thank you for joining us. Also from London.
Hi, also London.
Are you near James?
No, I'm in Brixton, a bit further south and a little further west.
Brixton.
Love your background, by the way. Randall Schwartz needs no introduction either. Hey, Randall.
Well, sometimes I need introductions. When I don't actually know somebody, it's nice to introduce me. So,
all right, wait,
I'm in Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Randall L. Schwartz. There you go. I was going to play the 20th Century Fox, but of course that would get us kicked off of YouTube.
I'm sure it would.
So, next. Oh, and that's me. My name is Randy Resnick. I usually...
Oh, it's David Duffett.
Mr. Duffett, what a beautiful silhouette he makes. David Duffett.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh, 80% back in loss. Oh, look at that jumper as well. Whoa.
Nice. Guys, don't play any music. I don't want to get us thrown off.
I want Allison as well.
Allison.
Hello.
Allison Smith. Boy Scout. Great to see you, Allison.
You know what happens if you don't click I agree to the terms and conditions?
Nothing.
It just
Absolutely nothing.
Well, this is excellent because here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you something now. We need a little time warp for this. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. So now what you're looking at is the contest rules. This is very quick. What we're going to do is I'm going to change the text of call and extension and display name. And in order to win the phones that David is going to describe in just a second, you're going to have to make the call that I put into call and extension and use the display name that I'm going to put into display name. Hello?
Oh, that's tricky.
Isn't it? David, tell us about these D50 phones, would you?
Hey, well, I don't know whether Malcolm's on. Malcolm, are you on the audio there?
Malcolm, come in, Malcolm.
Click I agree to the terms and conditions.
Yes. Click on David.
I agree to anything. Everything.
I don't know whether Malcolm is there, so Malcolm's our phone expert, so I guess
we don't need the entire catalog. We just need a little bit of what this is about. What are these
these are a beautiful pair of D50 phones. They're the mid-range phones, so they're not the bottom of the range. They're not the top of the range. Allison's looking really nice there.
Oh,
looking very attentive, Allison, about these phones.
Thank you, Jim.
I could see you sort of going like this.
Oh my goodness.
And the great thing about these phones is, of course, they're very cleverly provisioned by the DPMA with asterisk, and also you can write your own JavaScript applications to them. And if you want to use them just like a plain old SIP phone, well, you can even do that too. How about that, Randy? Do you want any more vital statistics?
That sounds great, and I think that in that case, do you hear what I hear? There's some cheering going on.
Hear what hear.
And Randy,
See what I see.
have you designed a fictitially clever way of giving these phones away?
I have a great way, and it's inspired by your first to dial tone. So let's go back. So let's go back to, wasn't it first to dial tone? Let's go back to this. Okay, here's the contest rules. You see where it says call an extension. By the way, I need to give people time. We only have a couple of viewers. Because you have to be looking at the screen. So you're going to have to get on the YouTube thing, or look at the YouTube thing that I'm not going to read, but go to vuc.me/live. I should probably, just to be fair, type the YouTube, not type, copy and paste the YouTube
Copy pasta.
URL. There you go. So now we're going to wait until there's at least 4 other people, but we have the people in the Hangout who are all eligible, except Allison.
What? Why is she not eligible?
Because she's eligible for a lot of things, but not.
Well, pretty eligible to me, I'll tell you, from here. Always.
Oh, terrible.
Okay, so, and Allison, we're going to get into your segment of, you're going to teach us about your trade of the VoIPover. We're going to do a VoIPover with pillow fights in just a second, but in the meantime, all right, here we go. Well, there's not very many people watching this. I mean, so if we don't get at least 5 people watching, usually we have 10 to 20. So if you don't watch, then I don't know who's going to win.
Must be the subject matter this time, huh?
Okay.
No,
at any rate, no, it should be good. All right, let me get rid of this, and I'm going to change the texts.
Just before you do, just to clarify this, Randy, call an extension first, and then display name.
You have to change the display name first. And I'm going to put the display name in first.
Right.
So I should have put that on top, probably.
But this is tricky. I've just tried it here, and I can't change the display name.
You can change it in any decent SIP.
Yeah, well, I've got an indecent one here. That's the problem.
Oh, that is a problem.
Indecent, lovely.
Okay, I'm going to have to.
And Randy, just to be fair to the people who are not sighted that are actually watching this show, or whatever you call the equivalent of watching, you probably should also say the 2 things you're also typing.
Oh, I'm going to say the things, because that way, even if you can't see, if you happen to be visually impaired.
I don't want to be discriminatory to blind people, because blind people are people too.
No, that's not a problem at all, and they can certainly use the phone.
What about deaf people? What about deaf people?
Come on, let's stay on it. Focus.
What about Helen Keller? What if Helen Keller was on this call?
Carl.
Randy, it's Carl. I'm in front of a camera, and I want to join.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to get into the circle. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm going to invite you.
You have to accept the rules. You do
have to accept the rules. So first, I'm sending you an invite.
Okay.
See if you can find this invite.
I just got
See it? Okay. Click on that, accept the rules, and you're in. Although, how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one more seat. One more seat for Mr.
It's a very exclusive call.
Does this mean that I have to put on
one final question?
Yes, I would prefer that you did. Okay, so Carl, you're the last.
Working from home.
You'll be the last joiner. There are 2. I can't believe there are 2 viewers. Yeah, it's the season or what?
All the people that would be viewers you brought into the actual hangout.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. Okay, we need to do this thing now because we got to move on to the Allison Smith segment.
Hurry up!
Are we ready? Okay, so here is your display name. Are you watching? You're watching carefully? Everybody who wants to play. John Bela, are you watching?
Everybody with eyes that work.
Yes.
Scripting, John. All right.
All of our sighted people.
Watch carefully the slide. I'm going to put myself in the blue square, whatever that's called, so that you'll see me all the time. It's not me, but okay. So here's the display name.
Where?
You have to spell this exactly as I'm writing it here. Okay.
Wait, so
ready?
what do we do? Type it into the IRC like?
No. You haven't been watching the rules.
You haven't been listening.
I'm so confused
I got
already.
to delay this until people can get their SIP clients up.
Right, I'm ready.
All right. Who else is ready? Anybody? Who else is ready? Say so on ZipDX. Who's ready? Andy, you ready?
I'm ready.
Andy?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. Who else is ready? Randall, you're not doing this, right? So who else is ready?
No, I probably could pull up Blink, I guess, and try to do this.
You could pull up Blink. Alok Sabu is ready. Canadian VoIP Supply is ready. Don is ready. Lauren is ready. You guys are ready? How come I only see 4 viewers? Oh, the count may be wrong, huh? And Deepax51 is ready. Okay, this is for a pair of Digium D50 phones that Mr. Duffett, Mr. David Duffett, described. Yes, thank you, James. No, Hambone was Don. I'm sorry, Don. I got confused with somebody else. All right, anyway, guys, get ready, because here it comes. Here's the display name. Somebody's got in an airport or what? Okay, I'm going to do this very quickly.
That's Tokyo Subway.
The display name is coming up. So you have to have that as your display name. And here's the SIP URI.
This is nail-biting stuff, isn't it?
It is terrible, isn't it? SIP URI, here it is. Look at that, SIP URI. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now get the Cam 2. Come on, Cam 2. Come on, Cam 2. Come on, Cam 2.
I've lost it. Bring it back.
Somebody's calling.
I've lost it.
I got busy.
So did I.
Yeah, because you got busy.
I've got ringing, but I don't know if my display name is right.
Yes! I got busy as well.
Well done, Loz.
I typed it quickly. It just didn't help.
Yeah, but let's have a look at the caller line ID.
And it's from Linux.
No!
Oh. Well, in which case, Loz, you are a worthy winner.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well done, that man.
Well done, Laz.
All right. I'll just decline that call.
No, I want to see the Digium Rocks thing, just to make sure that it's there.
Let me, yeah.
Justice must not only be done, Randy, it must be seen to be.
Yeah, everything must be verified independently.
Okay, everybody did get it, though, and now there's 3 or 4 calls coming through. That's it. It's over for now. But we'll do another one in a few minutes for the Obi. The Obi High. Okay? Now I'm trying to get myself back. All right, Locke, so we'll have to be in contact. That's Jerry. Okay, contest is over.
Everybody wants to do it. Just to, yeah, we want to have a look and see who's Digium Rocks the agent. Well,
yeah, that was Jerry. No, everybody got it right. It's just that Locke was the first. Laz was the first one.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see me. Oh, that's failed. That hasn't it? My thing hasn't worked. What does it say there? Vic.
That's you.
Vic. That's not even.
It looks like VLC.
IO.
Well, I completely failed there, didn't I? Now, why did that fail? I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right.
Seems fine.
Oh, it's taken that one. Oh gosh. I see. So I've got to do that.
All right. In the meantime, going nuts. Wait a minute. This There we go. Okay, I'm going to pull myself off of the blue screen.
Did Randy just say he was going to pull himself off them?
Hey, Davetti. Please.
No.
Okay, we have a winner. Who's speeding that? That's you, David.
Somebody's feeding back.
David.
David.
Turn David off. David is turned off.
Oh, that was harsh.
If you can't use a proper headset, please don't come on the call.
Uh-oh, he's back.
Somebody,
David, we're getting audio back from you.
Yeah, it's coming.
Who's not using a proper headset?
No, he's got to use a proper headset. Let's move on to Allison. So, Allison, first of all, I saw you in Astrakhan. What's new since then?
Oh, well, you know, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for showing up for that dinner, the VUC dinner at Astrakhan. It was epic. It was lovely. Yeah, it was wonderful. How many here attended it? I'm just trying to think of who was there. Obviously, Bodhi was there. Yes, hello.
Hello there.
Yes.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
John was. Were you there, John?
Oh, yeah.
And
No, the other. I was saying hello to John Kovici that I just heard
got it.
shout out. But yeah, there were quite a few people there. It was quite a thing to organize, by the way.
It certainly was. And thank you for doing that, Randy. It's great.
It was my pleasure.
yeah.
Right. Yes. So to answer your question,
Anyway, I came in slightly late.
Yeah, well, I'll have to explain to you later. David, you're going to have to turn your audio down. I'm sorry, you're really feeding back.
oops.
I don't want to embarrass you, but now that we've given the phones away, you can leave. No, I'm just kidding. Allison, what's been happening since then? What's
Well, actually, there's kind of an update with Capstrol. Everyone's familiar with the Capstrol Allison text-to-speech voice.
Sure.
So they have updated the library. So they sent me a bunch of scripts. It's probably about 600 more sentences, and I thought I'd read a couple of the sentences because they're actually quite funny.
Great.
And from these sentences, they actually extrapolate sounds. I don't remember Austria being too early for drunkenly dancing when asked. It's very, very strange. Nowadays, I wish I used cheese to coax them out because bacon can be awkward.
So Allison, can
No, bacon can be very awkward.
in case people that don't know just the theory
So I
behind
guess,
sentences?
Wait a second. Is it? Did you hear Carl there, Allison?
no, I did not. Carlito, what are you saying?
Hey,
How's it going?
sound that bad?
No, I mean
I'm
you
doing
should be
great,
able to
thank
hear him. Yeah, no, I think he's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, Carl, are you muted on the Hangout?
Hangout audio, I can switch from Hangout or from the DX
I'm
audio.
hearing him on that Hangout.
No, you're good. You're good, Carl. Go ahead, ask the question.
Okay, I was just gonna ask Allison to explain some of the cool theory behind these bizarre sentences that she's given.
Yeah, you know, I actually don't really completely understand the technology, but I do know that with that compendium of sentences that I read, they feed it into a speech utility that can break it down into phonemes and subphonemes, and it will help to make the Capstrol engine a bit more intuitive. It's pretty good, but it can always stand to have some tuning up and that kind of thing. Maybe this will make sure that I get a stalker. Apparently one of the other Capstrol voices has an actual stalker, a guy that actually, I know, it's terrible. He makes the text-to-speech utility read to him every night, and which is extremely creepy, and he showed up at Capstrol headquarters in Pittsburgh hoping to meet this voice, and they said, yeah, no.
Wow.
So I'm joking. I really don't want another stalker. I've been through that, so.
Oh, no.
You mean besides me?
Yeah, well, you're not front about it, Randy. You know, you totally own it.
What was that, John? John Kovici, what did you say?
In terms of her voice, I thought 5 was better than 6.
Yeah, oh, yeah, actually, I think you mentioned that before. I'm not too sure about that, but hopefully this next version will be even better.
So this will be 7.
This will be, yeah, hopefully, yeah. Yeah.
But
That's one more.
Because you can't, with 6 and I guess 7 too, you can't save the WAV file anymore, and so it's.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, but.
They took it away. They want you to pay $200 or something.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's kind of odd. You know, I was going to mention, because Carl's on this call too, I actually just recently did another job for Carl's wife, who runs a wonderful hospice in Chicago. So I do her radio spots. I'm not sure if she does it on
Which they
TV
came
as
out
well.
great, by the way. Really.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad. Actually, when I was editing it, I was starting to get a little choked up, so I thought, wow, this is pretty good. But anyhow, Carol kind of had me a little worried because she said, business is up since we started doing these spots, so I don't know what that means, you know.
Well, you don't know this, but she goes out at night and with a ball and chain and just tries to ramp up inventory in the business just by taking people out. She drives around the town, bring out your dead car, bring out your near dead.
Exactly. Well, I hate the idea that my voice is actually generating more business in a hospice. It doesn't reflect well, but good. I'm glad you guys are happy with the way the spots turned out.
It's value transfer, not value creation, right?
There you go. Okay.
See? Not organically generating new business.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Hey, Allison, what about that prompt you recorded, especially for the good people of Bogota, Colombia?
Oh my goodness! Tell them about that. I hope it went over well.
It went over really, really well. I don't know whether I can play it. What, you technical guys, if I play something on this Mac, is it going to come out? Or probably not?
Probably won't.
The mic can hear it. If the mic can hear it, it will.
The mic can hear it, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, well, I don't know whether that's going to work or not.
So this was kind of an intro prompt that David had me record for, what was the name of the conference you were attending in Bogota?
It was for 4K Conference, which is a Latin American open source telephony bash that travels around Latin America. Previously it was in Argentina. This year was Bogota, Colombia, and next year it is apparently going to be Santiago in Chile, or as Americans call it, Chile, I believe.
Chile, exactly. Wow, that's exciting. They treated you well in Bogota?
Yes, it went really well. I'm just wondering what's happening with this. I think what I'm going to have to do is...
Is there a URL where I can download it real quick?
Yes, there is. Yeah, there very much is. I'll put it on chat to you, Randy.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. Let me just go and find that for you right now.
You survived a trip to Colombia. That's good. Good to hear.
I certainly did, and I even took not an unlicensed cab, but the hotels and restaurants want you to take their special cabs, the safe ones. I was in a little bit of a hurry once, and I took just a regular cab, and I got out at the other end to tell the tale.
Did they give you a bag of Coke when you landed?
If you haven't got an ounce with you, they give you one to take to the party. It's like that.
There you
David,
go.
did you post that, and if you did, which chat?
I beg your pardon?
Did you post the URL for me?
No, I'm just finding it for you.
Okay. You can either PM or you can put it in IRC, and I'll grab it as quickly as I can while someone else talks.
Okay, I'm just finding it now.
Mm-hmm.
How many VoIP experts does it take to find a URL prompt and download? Other than that, Allison, so you and I were the only ones not eating meat at this huge meat-heavy restaurant, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, that all worked out. Mark Spencer was there.
Did you not have meat? The whole point of going to the meat restaurant was to eat meat, wasn't it?
Well, I sacrificed my tastes for the group, who wanted meat. But in fact, I think Allison, you had salad as well, right?
I'm a big old carnivore, but that night I just sort of felt like salad. So
Yeah, me too. No, if you're going to go to a restaurant like that, welcome to the VoIP Users Conference, where we talk about all IP-related topics.
Was it a rodizio, or was it like a churrascaria or something?
The Brazilian thing,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Rodizio. I mean, when you go to those, you really have to be in the mood to eat a lot of meat. And I never do. So
yeah,
because that was the place that seemed the best for a large party, and we actually pulled it off. That's great.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Randy, I think you should plug your latest project. I really enjoyed the ebook that you sent me the link to. I thought it was great. Has everyone read it?
No.
They need to, but they haven't yet. Yeah, that would be VUC.li. I'll type it in.
Yeah, it's great. It's just sort of a common sense book about nutrition and how to eat in an intuitive way. And I thought it was great.
VUC.li/Real Men Stay Fit, all one word. You put capital R, capital M, capital S, capital F, or just look up Real Men Stay Fit on Amazon. I know Randall is rushing to do it because he already lost half the weight he wants to, but
More than half the weight. I've lost 32 pounds in 15 weeks.
Wow, Randall.
Welcome to this
Do I look
weekend.
a little thinner? See, I look a little thinner, don't I?
This
Yes,
is
much
what, a Kindle book or?
Yeah, it
or
is.
just
It's a Kindle ebook. By the way, they don't read it, do they? Or does? Yeah, the reader will
Well,
read it. Actually,
If
yeah.
if they authorize text to speech, then you can get this thing for the PC that will sort of read it. I mean, since the system is not very good.
So look
but
at the
it's sort of
kid,
there.
Kindle. But anyway, Allison. Also, I made, and I didn't even
Did
send it.
Allison read it? Did Allison have something to do with that? Or?
I can't afford Allison reading. Are you kidding? It costs thousands.
I know.
Please narrate the whole book for her.
I'll have you know she's very reasonable, that Alison.
On the other hand, I think I'd get Randall to read it for like $500. So
I can do it. I can do it. I'm a good narrator. I've been reading stories for science fiction podcasts.
I heard some of those, Randall. Remind us. Give us the URL since we're a little far from VoIP at the moment.
Oh, there it is. The link is in the text chat thing.
What, Randall's?
No,
Randall,
David.
tell us, where do we hear your science fiction stories? That's right. I've listened to a few.
Audio Boo. There we go.
Oh, it's
Randy,
audio.
Who's going to play it? Randy.
Okay, got it.
I thought Randy was going to play
Here we
it.
go. Yeah, and I could
Randy, click it.
should be able to play it just like this.
Oh,
So Randy, how does that work
Hold on,
with?
hold on.
Congratulations.
Carl. Now, Carl. All right, here we go.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
just, hopefully the levels will be good on all this.
Congratulations. You have successfully come to the 4K conference in Bogota, Colombia. Right now, you are listening through your browser, you clever geek. Felicitaciones. Has llegado con éxito a la conferencia 4K en Bogotá, Colombia. En este momento, me estás escuchando a través de tu navegador, como todo un nerd.
That's brilliant.
Como todo a nerd.
They loved that bit. Those Spanish-speaking dudes went into rapturous applause for that part.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Spanish o nerdo, as Carl says.
Jerry typed in IRC. It should have finished with "Let's do a line together" in Spanish. But
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
anyway. Okay, that's all the old business. What's the new business? Allison, what else you got happening? You're our special.
Well, another kind of cool thing is I've just signed on with a really major voiceover agency in New York called ACM Talent. And yeah, they're actually
ACM Talent, would it be?
it would be Alta Creative Management, talent.
Right.
Yes.
I just
And
want to
they're
make
actually,
sure that we've got that URL 100% right there, Alison.
there we go. Perfect. Thank you, James. Yeah, so they were kind of impressed with the whole niche that I have in telephone voicing. So even though they're probably going to promote me more for things like commercials, I auditioned for the promo announcer for the Ellen DeGeneres show. Apparently they're replacing their promo announcer. So they're sending me some huge auditions, and hopefully it should be good. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So really, that's all that's up with me, getting ready for the holidays.
When I mentioned you as the guest this week, I said you've heard her wake you up in hotels, let you out of prisons. What was it that you did in prisons? That's just telephone system
Hopefully
too.
not literally waking
Listen,
people up.
Randy, that was a rumour and it was never proved.
Okay.
The prison system, there was it was a system by which you could actually buy things for inmates and actually pay for their parole as well. So yes, I'm very, very big in the jail system.
You mean bail, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Big in the prison
yeah.
system.
I just recently did this notification system that calls registered sex offenders and informs them that they have not checked in with their parole officers. Terrible.
I'm waiting for you. Come on, check in with me now.
Exactly.
So is this like one of those, you have bought up one pack of cigarettes for prisoner number 1, 4,
Right.
3,
Yeah.
7.
Oh, and I do remember that if you try to buy too many socks for inmates, They have a certain allotment of socks that they're allowed. So one of the prompts was, "You have exceeded the sock allotment this month for inmate number blah blah."
Are those white tube socks by any chance? No,
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
they're afraid they're going to stitch them together and go over the wall. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stop using socks as a weapon.
Yes, that's right. You fill it with anything, even bars of soap. Yeah, you could probably kill somebody.
We were talking about socks earlier, and this question shoot over to David Devitt. Someone actually asked about high quality music on hold and the 8 kilohertz limit. They asked if at asterisk 1.8 can do anything better than the 8 kilohertz. We saw that asterisk 10 apparently can. It does 16 or something. David, do you know about that?
He's frozen.
He's frozen? No.
Frozen.
David,
Frozen.
come
David,
in, David.
wake up, David. David, hello.
Hello.
Focus.
He's frozen.
James, you were nodding your head. Do you know something about this?
Well, I think the answer is yes.
For 1.8, though?
If you're using a media server, not directly out of Asterisk.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know, I'll tell you, Randy, they always have me still record everything in 16-bit, 48,000 kilohertz. Like, that's better than broadcast quality.
16-bit 48, okay.
Yeah, and whatever they do at the Digium plant, so to speak, to downsample them is really beyond my control. Yeah, I think in the end, it will always get crunched down to 8 kilohertz. It just will.
Well, if it's going over the POTS, the plain old telephone system, obviously no one cares. But I think that what the person who asked about this was saying that, when we're doing wideband like we are on this call, it does matter. And so, we still don't have the definitive answer. I know that in asterisk 10 and 11, you can do 16 kilohertz. Because 8 kilohertz is pretty narrow as far as the quality you're going to get. She said 48,000, but we're talking about the 8 kilohertz limit. John's mentioning, we're talking about the 8 kilohertz limit when you do the SOX, which was the relation with my little senile brain.
Yeah, sorry, that should have been 48,000 hertz, not kilohertz.
Yeah, I was going to say 48 million hertz. I don't know how you record that accurately.
I didn't even notice that. I heard what you meant.
I did.
You can't get anything past you guys. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Talking about 48.
What's the bandwidth of normal pods? Is it like 2 kilohertz or something?
It's probably close to 8, actually, isn't it?
No, it's standard telephone is 300 hertz to 3.4 kilohertz.
Oh, so that's 3. Yeah, okay.
When Digium changed the recording parameters to 48,000, I remember emailing Kevin Fleming and saying, "Does 48,000 make me sound fat?" Because women were
Never. Absolutely never.
We've taken
It
taken
makes you
Allison's.
sound wide, not fat. Wide.
But still, women would not be crazy about that.
Wideband.
We put the wide in wideband. It's just not catching on.
We put the Y in wideband.
Sounds like a brand of underwear, doesn't it? Wideband. Extra large.
We've taken Allison's prompts at 48.
It holds all day.
I don't know if I'm
guys,
only...
I gotta go. I'm chatting with you. Gotta go.
Take care.
Bye, Randall. Don't lose too much more weight, okay, honey?
Bye-bye. Bye, Allison. I'm gonna be skinny, man. Going skinny.
Okay.
Going skinny. Bye.
All right, later. Okay, let me invite a couple more people in, by the way.
Yeah, you don't want to be too skinny, otherwise you end up being sort of dragged into Carl's wife's hospice. Oh, he looks thin. I'll have him.
Carl, you're looking HD. All HD.
Oh,
and
thanks.
spiffy.
Yeah, Carl, I have to say, Carl, you're looking particularly wonderful today, and that must be the tidiest room I've seen in a long, long time.
I haven't seen Carl in his...
I'd like to take... go ahead, Allison.
I don't think Randy's put Carl up on the main screenshot. I haven't seen. I only see the small image.
Well, just click on him, and then you get it up in your... Just click on him.
Everybody click on Carl.
All right, there we go. Oh, we have the technology. It is organized. What the hell is that all about, Mr. OCD?
So listen, if you were to see my desk at the office, you would probably not... OCD would not be a word that comes to mind.
Wow.
It would be, excessively disorganized syndrome, ECD, whatever, you know what I mean. So wish I could take credit for what's behind me, but again, not to bring my wife into the conference again, but that's all her doing.
That's all her doing. That looks like the IKEA, Splarg organizers or Florf or whatever it's called.
Splarg, yes, it is. Actually, we went with the Furberly system.
You can look at the glasses are called Clunk. Clunk.
This is all. That's all Carol's doing. I benefit. I benefit in multiple ways. Yeah. So if I could somehow drag her into the downtown office and get her to
put her to work there.
With my space, everybody would thank her. So it's kind of the running joke about my space. I wish I had a picture of it. It's just awful. So
yeah. Well.
Carl, are you talking through ZipDX, but you're on video for the Hangout? Is that the deal?
Correct, and I think that might explain the
lip sync,
the mismatch of the non-synchrony of the voice in the video. If I were to join the
right, we have to do
Google.
Like to do it like this, but the people can't. The people at home can't see you until I do this. There we go. You got a really nice. That's a nice camera, though. What is that?
So I'm using the Logitech. I'm trying to think what it is. It's a 1080 camera from Logitech. That
why don't you get your nose closer to it?
920.
That's right.
You have to be careful because there's little chickens that come and attack me.
There you go.
Chickens. Oh no.
Oh, you've got chickens. You wait.
I know they do. They're good. They're good luck chickens, and they sit right up here on top of my.
I've
monitor.
got Mr. P. Mr. P can. Oh look! Is that penguin there that you've got there, John? A knitted.
Yes. My wife made this for me because she knows I like Tux, the Linux mascot.
I think that's brilliant.
So he's got a red hat on because I do Red Hat Linux, and yeah.
Very cool. Carl, just to finish off the modeling thing here, you're wearing a what headset?
This is a 93. I'm sorry, a Jabra 9470. So this is the.
You're a Jabra. Well, he can't hear me now, though.
This is the short boom version. I use a 9460 long boom at the office, and I tend to prefer the longer boom. I don't think it actually has any in terms of just its actual performance to the remote party, but psychologically, I think it makes me think that being a better phone citizen by getting the microphone closer to my mouth and talking more quietly.
You are Mr. Jabra. You need to contact Jabra and get them on the call one of these days.
That's a good point. Do you remember a long time ago I actually brought a Jabra rep in?
We did.
He actually, but I just sort of patched him through.
Right.
But yeah, they actually gifted me this headset. I've purchased about 30 of them since, but this one was the first one they gave me.
Is that both cordless and Bluetooth? And sorry, wideband? I mean.
Go ahead.
Is that both wideband and cordless?
Yeah, it's decked. It's sort of multi-bearer channel decked, so it does it can do wideband, and it also does Bluetooth. I currently have it paired with my Nexus 4, and so it also has input from the PC. So you can, and then there's like a touch screen on it, and you can sort of toggle between whether you want it to be the software headset, the hardware telephone headset, or the Bluetooth headset. So just a moment ago, while I was, I received an inbound call that was on my mobile phone, and so what happened was when I answered that call, the headset decided that I probably wanted to use the headset on that call, so it actually disconnected from the hardware telephone, put me on the cellular telephone call, and thankfully it didn't play cheesy hold music to the telephone audio channel, so I didn't even need to like *6 myself or something like that. So anyway, I really like the headset. I've tried the Office Runner and some of the other ones, and this is so far my current favorite.
What model was that?
This is a Allison. This is a 9470. And if you're just trying to decide you're trying to decide whether or not you should get the 9470 with the Bluetooth or the 9460, I would say that it's freaking awesome to have the Bluetooth, because it just the decked audio is so much better than Bluetooth audio just in terms of mobility. So if I'm at the office and I take a mobile phone call, I can just walk around, and I guess I could pick up my mobile phone and walk around that way. But the idea is that I can sort of leave my mobile phone plugged in at my desk, get it all charged up for my trip home, and I still have the kind of mobility that I expect from a decked headset, instead of that kind of 10-foot mobility you get with class 2 Bluetooth, which is what the headset profile usually specifies. So,
and the boom length matters?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, what's ironic is it matters to the guy who's talking on the phone, or the woman who's talking on the phone. But I was trying to play with your metaphor there. So, but in other words, like I when this boom comes out to here, like it does in the long boom version, I'm probably more likely to get popping. And Allison can explain better than I what popping is, but if you don't know. But the idea is that psychologically it sort of feels like it's closer to your mouth, therefore you don't have to shout quite as much, and your coworkers will help you. And it's theoretically possible that it does a better job at noise cancellation, but in practice I haven't noticed that.
What's the dynamic range?
Doesn't matter. Say again?
Are you narrowband or wideband right now?
Let me check this. Currently, I am wideband. So I just looked at the screen, and it tells me whether I'm wideband or narrowband. And ironically, well, not so ironic, but if you understand DECT, it uses it uses time. I think it's time division bare channels. And when you're when you're in wideband mode, it spends twice as much time broadcasting. It literally sets up 2 bearer channels, and so what ends up happening is your battery is cut significantly. It's not quite cut in half, but it is a meaningful reduction in battery life, because it's literally transmitting twice as much information.
Indeed, it's 2 time slots, I think, isn't it? 2 time slots.
Correct. I think it's time divided. It might be frequency division, but I don't know. Either way, it's sending twice as much. It's modulating twice as much information, so it's spending twice as much resource modulating, whether they're overlapping with frequencies or whether they're just interleaved.
So you can see 2 channels come up on the sniffer like I have a Siemens DECT phone, and it brings up 2. The Gigaset, whatever they were, 52s, were the wideband ones, which my wife likes a lot. She won't use anything else now at home.
Yeah, my wife likes the Gigasets too. She hasn't driven the Land Rover over any of them, so they must be good. And normally that's what she does, either that or throws them out of the window or drops them in the bath.
So I can't get my wife to use anything other than her mobile phone, which which I think has less to do with, I think it has more to do with the fact that it's got all of her contact information in it, and every other interface is sort of less efficient, less familiar, et cetera, and in her mind that, and reasonably that trumps the incremental value that she perceives as a user of wideband. So what I tried doing was setting up a YSIP client, namely Bria, on her phone, and then I set up some funky routes with Asterisk, and so when calls come in, they could conceivably jump on to YSIP to the Bria client and come in that way, and it's that actually works pretty well, but you have to have exceptionally good Wi-Fi, because as you may know, Wi-Fi just doesn't. It's just not very friendly to real-time applications. The Polycom SpectraLink division, which they have sold off, I don't know if that has anything to do with quality. I've never tried to use SpectraLink, but I do know that it actually simultaneously manages 2 Wi-Fi connections, and presumably is able to manage some way quality by having something to fail back onto in real time.
Okay, we ready for the new the second giveaway?
Oh yes.
Another giveaway, Randy. 2 in one VUC.
Yeah, well, you did say something about the first giveaway was a pair of Digium phones, and the second giveaway was 4 other pairs of. No, I'm just kidding. It's an OB202. An OB202, and we're going to do that in just a second. We need to have just enough time. In relation to what John said about the camera switching, I actually had to leave for a sec. Flies in here. I actually had to leave for a second, so I put it on automatic, and as a result, what you saw was this. Let's go to the back over to the ready over to the display screen where we're going to get the next call. So you've got to call a SIP URI. Oh God, I didn't write it down and I forgot it.
Oh, it's going to be a different one. Oh, that's...
Of course, it's going to be a different one.
Oh, that's so difficult.
Let me just write this down for myself.
So, hey, Randy, what's the let me ask this: Does the URI have an ITAD associated with it?
I'm afraid not.
Okay.
But it's a numeric. Well, part of it's numeric. So URI and the display string. So I'm going to hit the display string first, which gives you time to
type it in.
As soon as I find it, where is this? Which gives you time to program this before the URI that I'm going to type in. Are we ready? Allison, are you ready for this? Are you ready? You look like Andy, you ready?
Allison's ready. Here's the type now.
Andy, you ready? Bob, everybody ready? David, you ready to win? Oh no, you're ineligible. I'm sorry. James is ready. John's ready. Jerry looks like he's gone, or whoever that is. Obviously, you just won the other thing. No, he's not. He's gone too. No, Laz is here. Okay, well you can't win because you already won one. And Carl, well, Carl probably doesn't care. Here we go. Here's the display string.
Oh, come on.
I can type in anything. Well, I mean, I'm just making this stuff up. It doesn't really matter. Should probably get the camera, make sure the tablet's awake first. Okay. What should I type in here?
Oh, come on. Just stop. Not building up. I've got cramp in the fingers.
All right, now, this is exactly as I'm writing it, okay? Everybody's clear on that, right? You're watching the video. Here we go. That's the one, and this is... And there it is.
Oh no, I've mistyped it. Oh no.
That's 2 L's in Allison, okay? Wow.
Oh, without the P. Oh, I've mistyped it. Oh, how annoying is that?
Who is that? I can't tell who it is.
I don't think it's me this time.
Well, you know, because I can't see who it is, I can't award the prize. That's the problem.
Answer it.
Who is that? Oh,
well, busy him off.
Who is this?
Oh, it's me.
Who is this?
It's me. It's me. Hello. It's me. There we go.
Who's Tim Carter?
I don't know, but that was me.
Second one, you're correct. James, you won.
Oh, James is a winner. Hey.
Bravo, James. Okay, I can turn the tablet away.
And you know what? I was convinced I hadn't done that because I typed Pallison Rocks. I was about to hit the button and went, oh no, it's all wrong, and had to go back. So
there is 2 L's. I did put 2 L's, did I not? Or
yes,
you did. Randy, what did you say James has won? It's a night out with you, is it?
Not really. Not really. All right, let's.
It's a pair of trousers because you don't fit into them anymore.
James and I wore the same pants the first day of Astrakhan. That was the second most embarrassing moment of my life.
You've got to.
It wasn't the red skinny jeans that James was wearing, was it?
Oh, you noticed that, and how embarrassing!
He's on it.
I just had the wrong trousers. I mean, they were There's the wrong trousers, and they're wrong. If you know what I mean.
Can anybody find a link to that picture of James and Randy and the two young ladies?
Oh, sure.
From the booth.
And what about the picture of is it JD in the restaurant going?
That's a good one.
Yeah. And he had just a little bit to drink at that time.
I think. Well, that restaurant, for those of you who didn't show up, and that's the majority of the world, actually, in that restaurant, it was like separate checks, and they go, yeah, no problem. And then like 3 hours later, they were still recalculating everybody's checks because somebody made some kind of a mistake. And then they told me that Allison and I couldn't leave because we were hostage until everybody paid.
I didn't know that. Oh my God!
You needed some Germans. The Germans are incredibly good at splitting a check.
So Randy, you know what? I had a question. You know the project that Stephen was spearheading, the asterisk prompts I wish I had. I wouldn't mind someone else taking that over since Stephen is no longer a Digimite.
Okay.
Yeah. What do we think about that?
Who's interested in that?
Yeah, because it seemed to go over quite well. We got a lot of orders for prompts that were missing, so someone would just need to collect them all and send them to me to record every quarter.
I think Carl Fife would be a great nominee for that.
And he's got scads of spare time, so.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, exactly.
Fife has 2 friends.
More than 2 friends in the Chicago area alone. Thank you very much.
Well, ponder and let me know.
Yeah, it sure
if you
has.
Count Sheboygan, if you count Sheboygan, I think it's 3. Isn't that right, Derek?
Yeah, Sheboygan is not yet a suburb of Chicago.
Chicago.
Derek, that's Derek Hartman. Those of you who were on the call in the early days, you probably totally forgot about him because he kind of forgot about us, didn't you, Derek?
I have not forgot. The reminder keeps coming up every week. I just have been extremely busy.
You're one of the lucky people that actually gets called by the ZipDX server, no?
No.
No. You opted out of that. Good choice.
I did.
Oh, I think that's a great thing. Would be late every single week if not for that.
Glad you could make it, Carl. In the meantime, Derek, what's you might as well tell us about Ask Linux. What's up with that since you're here?
Well, I just uploaded the 106 images earlier this morning, the official release page, and release email has not come out yet, but that will be out later today with any luck. And the next release that we will probably have out after the first, shortly after the first of the year,
Test.
we'll have asterisk 11 as one of the build images.
Okay, so for those
you can actually download those now if you wanted to. We have a build environment that actually is available at build.asklinux.org, and you can go there and actually build images and not have to have your own system. You can go through and check off some options and click build, and it will grind out an image and have it available for download.
Sounds good.
Pretty slick.
Sounds very good to me.
Yeah.
Derek, I've got a question about that. So we've been just having an absolute heyday with ESXi 5.1, and I'm wondering if the Ask Linux. So for people like me who have always wanted to build up an instance of that, but haven't necessarily had the time and the hardware to put it together, does that lend itself to ESXi? Virtualization in general.
Okay. Funny you should ask that. I've actually been working on building an OVF template that you could import.
So that's the virtual machine in a single file. Like you just sort of download the computer. You don't have to build a machine, specify the resources, etc. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. You're able to import it in, and what I've been working with, I exported an image out of ESXi rather, and it adds some extraneous configuration options that VirtualBox and VMware Player don't know what to do with. So you have to, if you manually strip those out, it will give you an OVF template that you can import into ESX, ESXi, VMware, vFusion, VirtualBox, anything like that, I think.
Great.
But that's not yet available, but I do hope to have that available sometime soon.
Well, you've got a beta tester or alpha tester, whichever stage it's in, for sure.
Okay. Well, when we get something up, I will let you know for sure.
Excellent. Have you ever thought about, or has anybody thought about putting Ask Linux or putting something like Ask Linux as a module, like a snap-in module for something extensible like pfSense?
I don't know that it would really fit that way. Really, its own operating system.
Yeah, right, right.
Any other Ask Linux questions or answers before we move on to hour 2?
Comment. Incredible PBX on the Raspberry Pi is incredible.
And Ward's just done a virtual box version of Incredible PBX as well.
Has he? I hadn't seen that. When did that come
out? Just recently. He's calling it the 5-minute PBX.
And why not 3?
I guess it depends on how fast you're processing.
Well, he overclocks his, so he's probably a 3-minute one. So.
I think that's a malicious rumor.
Yeah. Anyway. Also in the news, I don't know whether you've noticed, the BlackBerry BBM voice and video thing is now on open release, so you can now update your BBM on your BlackBerry so it does voice and video. How cool is that? And do you want to know what codecs it does? Because it does natively 48 kilobit per second, kilohertz sampling, and I did a bit of analysis on the SDP as one does, you know, when one is interested, and yeah, it's straight SIP as well. So it's H.264 video and a whole raft of different codecs in there, including speaks, incidentally, but not at 48 kilobit. But if anybody who desperately wants to know, Carl, because you like to know these things, then I can share what exciting codecs are available with you. Anyway, that's the news. Oh, the other bit of news is there's a new version of Blink came out today, and it does lots of new stuff.
Oh.
So get downloading.
iCanBlink.com for that.
Yeah.
Does it let me change my display name really rapidly so I could win one of these damn contests?
Bria's pretty good at that.
And another question, has it been tested with 4.2 Jelly Bean?
What, Blink?
Blink. Is there an Android version of Blink?
Oh, I thought there was.
I don't.
No, that's the OS X version, isn't it?
Yeah, I got it's the Mac version I was talking about, because I've got I downloaded that through the Mac App Store, and it just popped up and said, "Have a Blink on me." So your Blink has gone on the Blink. You need to update.
As we can see by the old clock, it is 6:58. Let's see, did we do the 2 giveaways? We did. Next week, Sangoma will be doing...
and what are they going to give away, Randy?
I don't know. We're talking about maybe an SBC or something really huge.
Well, SBC or something huge. That sounds really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's me talking.
Away a date with Jeff Dworkin.
Yeah, Jeff. Well, we've been trying to rope Jeff in. We need to date with Jeff. Wait a minute. That's one of these.
I can't make it for that call. So.
Well, I thought you'd be trying so hard to win that one.
Oh,
there'd be so much competition.
Well, on that festive and lovely note, I really must run and take my place in front of the mic.
And have a mince pie on us.
A mince pie.
Mince pie and some mulled wine.
Who showed the Fire do Brazil thing? That was us.
That's me, Randy.
That's where we were. Put that up there. Look at that. And you are showing the green side. Oh, look at the. Oh, great, John. Just going to show some of the photos.
Where?
There's BKW.
BKW.
Oh. Or
Brian.
You're all the way down at the left-hand end of the table there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch you well in this shot. But
Where? Oh, I've got to click on that. Where?
Yeah, if you're.
There's BKW and there's what's his name? Oh, and there's
Mark
And
Michaels.
this is the other way down the room.
Oh.
Using my front-facing camera, so.
That's half of John.
There's Tim.
Yeah, and Tim's pulling his ear off.
And that was the guy from New Zealand, and he wanted me to autograph something, and then he wanted a photograph of me autographing it just in case people didn't believe it.
That's good.
That's a cheat. You were looking over somebody's shoulder when they were doing it to the dial tone, and so you thought you'd get a sneaky photograph so that you could practice.
There we go. There's Randy.
Oh, there he is.
And Tim.
Yeah. How about that?
I never know what's going to come up next on these photos.
There's JR. JR, his head is just above the blue, nice-looking blue glass.
Yeah, looking very shiny in that one, isn't he?
Well, I feel I'm missing out on these photos. What do I have to
streamline?
Mark Spencer is.
You need to click on John's video feed. Then you'll get it all.
Actually,
in.
I have clicked on it. You should be. But maybe not.
You probably clicked on somebody else, David.
There we go.
Oh, it's Allison. Oh, looking particularly
wow,
particularly wonderful in that one.
And it's blurry.
It's blurry.
Yeah, well, it was dark in there.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't say blurry. It's just soft focus, isn't it?
That's a very rare photo because I have a glass on the way to my mouth of something alcohol. So, that you almost never see that.
Never.
I think that was a photo of J.R. Richardson not talking just then.
This one?
Again, very rare. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cleared that place out. Look, there's nobody up there upstairs.
Yeah. Well, because we weren't paying the bill, nobody else wanted to be around us.
I think everybody else left, didn't they?
Oh, and this
that's the beer place.
After
the only other stretch would be if Randall Schwartz had a glass container in front of his mouth.
Oh, look at that! It's somebody juggling.
The after party.
Back a couple of years.
Wow. Yeah, that was about 3 years ago now.
Not getting the audio through.
No, there
Sorry.
There won't be audio.
It's probably a good thing.
That was Michael White juggling. There he is again.
Oh, look at that!
It's Michael White juggling whatever he was juggling there in the party.
Sip-capable balls or something.
This.
Oh, that's a good photo.
I'm still standing.
Well, we were leaning up against that couch there in the background. There's a couch right there. Anyway.
Great. And
okay, enough of that stuff.
This is cool. Oh, great! Thanks, John. That's terrific that you found this for people who weren't able to make it.
Impressive.
Nice trip down memory lane.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I should have picked the stuff that was shared by everybody else and all went together into one, whatever.
Yeah.
Google history thing.
Yeah.
I didn't find that.
Well, we should mention people should jump on to the community. It's called IP Communications on Google+.
Right.
We're going to terminate this segment, but we'll be back in a second. I'll turn off the broadcast simply because who wants to watch 3 hours of this?
It's time.
It's time. We give away everything.
I need to head off, guys. I have to go and collect my children from somewhere.
Okay, before you go, David, are you aware that there's been a huge amount of excited discussion, particularly on Twitter, about competing for the most dangerous, risky demo at Astricon next year?
Yes, I think what we should do is maybe specify some kind of cruel and unusual punishment for an animal as part of an Asterisk demo.
Well, I don't think so, unless it's Mark or something like that.
Well, what kind of risks were you thinking of, James?
Well, there were words like advanced weaponry and things.
Weapons of Asterisk destruction.
Well, yes. Open fire with all weapons.
Yes, I have noticed the Twitter talk of that. This is to do with Ben Klang's Nodecopter demo and Tim Panton's out on the internet WebRTC demo, isn't it?
Yeah, but
where does everybody follow all this chatter? Because we need to cut off the YouTube thing. But if people are watching, if they've gotten to this point, where should they be looking for this stuff?
this was Twitter, and I think there's even a hashtag that James has created called riskiest Astricon demo. Is that right?
Something like that.
Maybe you can say it.
No, definitely not. And
doesn't that chew up the entire 140 characters of a Twitter, that hashtag?
Listen, I really need to go, but before I go, James, can you just qualify? Is there any truth in the rumour that Hangover 3 is going to be you, Randy, and Jeff Dworkin?
It should be.
No, the reason I got bags underneath my eyes, not because I've been partying. I've only done 2 Christmas parties this week. It's because I've been working very hard. And I'm going to sleep all weekend. And I'm just about to go off and have a glass of mulled wine and a mince pie.
Well, fair enough. Thank you very much, Randy. Do send me the details where we need to send the winning phones off to. And
yeah,
we'll get that done.
Around to it, whoever won, I already forgot who it was.
It was Loz.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We'll make that happen. Thank you, David. Thank you, David, and thanks to Digium for doing that. Allison, it's great to have you, Allison.
Cheers, bye.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Okay.
Yes, happy Christmas to everyone.
Happy Christmas to everybody. And those of you who don't have to go, stay on. We're just going to stop the broadcast, but we're going to, we'll be here for a minute. Okay? Talk to you later.
Frozen.